Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me into another Shadow Arena weekly update. My name is Wilkie, and last week we pretty much had three major things, or two really. The first and probably the biggest one is obviously Lahn was released, and I have played a few games on her, and I'm probably gonna play her until Mastery 5, like I usually do with most heroes to get a better understanding. But truthfully, while the hero does feel okay, she's not exactly the biggest fish in the pond, so to speak. Like her kit itself is quite decent and alright, but she's definitely in the lower end of the roster, and they said so themselves that she's not really the fast type of hero, but kind of like mid-range and everything. Though, truthfully, pretty much every hero is mid-range because all the engages have some kind of movement ability to them, or you're covering distance. So right now, I think she's definitely a bit lackluster. So I suspect that there will be coming buffs towards her. But I'm not exactly sure what they will change, but I'm definitely seeing buffs coming towards her. As I said, I will play her probably today on stream, and not sure how much longer. So let's see where this hero gets taken, really, but so far nothing really of a drastic change. It's a fun change of pace every now and then, but she's definitely not one of the heroes that I would pick up early on, because she does not really fulfill in some areas. Alright, so you also saw some gameplay footage here, which I took last week. Anywho, going to the Pearl Abyss or Shadow Arena website, on the top right, as you can see it here on the screen, they released the Pearl Abyss store. You can buy clothing, funny stuff like collectibles, mouse pads, and stuff like this. I think the coolest thing are actually the socks. I think they don't look bad. So I'm thinking about picking up those. Why is it in Korean even? So let's check on US. I'm not sure if they ship to Europe, to be honest. I haven't even tried ordering anything yet. But yeah, this is what they launched last week. As I said, some collectibles, stuff for your phone, some plushies from the Black Spirit, or as I said, a cool mat, there's a mouse pad, and stuff like that. Anywho, going to the last part that I want to talk about is the patch notes itself. So as I said already, Lahn was released, so we don't really have to talk about that. As I said, I will see coming buffs towards her, and we shall see. Ancient Weapon Showdown mode. I haven't played this mode yet. For some reason, Pearl Abyss wants us to use Lahn and Protor more often, because otherwise I cannot really explain this new mode, where they really just put so much focus onto Lahn and Protor. As I said though, I haven't played this mode, so I can't really give you any intel on how it plays or what exactly the quirks are. I'll do a separate video on this one, but for now I haven't touched it yet. There are a few changes to Protor and Lahn in this mode specifically, but as I said, without having them played, it's just a new mode that people can jump in, and you shall see how it goes. They also talked about the King of the Hill mode. This is definitely something I'm more curious for. Cheer feature, yeah. I'm not so sure what exactly they're... I mean, I guess it's a little bit fluff around, but this is really not something that I would call priority right now. But there's no cheer function. Like, whenever you die, you can watch people and you can cheer them. And if the person you're watching kills another one, you can get 2 silver for cheer. So, it's more of a gimmick than anything, honestly. But that's what it is. Alright, balancing or changes. I think the biggest thing last week was knockdown of jumping or sprinting or running jump attacks, running J's, also commonly referred to in the community, or RJs, was generally overly not reduced from 1.1 seconds to 0.7 seconds. So any running jump knockdown for all heroes has been nerfed consecutively across the board. So it seems that they thought this ability or this move is a little bit too strong, so they nerfed it overall. I think this is to combat that some heroes, namely Ahand Kyrus and Jordine, and a few others, can sort of use it to extend the combo, or add a few things they normally should not be able to add. So then they fixed some issues, And I think, as I said, though, the biggest balance change itself was this one overall. So Yeonhwa got her LMB buffed for whatever reason. I think this is pretty brutal. Ahon Kyro's got a slight buff, so you have a little bit more time to connect after your 4. I think that's good because her combos are very inconsistent. And yes, now some people may jump me. It's like, oh, you're just not good enough. I'm definitely not the best Ahon Kyros, for sure. But I still think that this window was too unreliable to consistently pull off, because a small desync, server spike, people relocating something will ruin your combo. Schultz has received a few things. I think it's more of a buff actually than anything. Haru got a fix again on Thunder Rib because the skill is still just inconsistent, I guess. Heroine just really had a change on her Silver tree. Orwin the same pretty much. And Badal. Oh boy, here you are. The people who played Badal actually told me that he's in a better spot than he used to be. It's a mixture of buffs and nerfs, but I think it's more nerfs than buffs again. So, reduced dash distance by 25%. As Hero Dread, that's the dash, or the dashes Badal was able to do. So you cannot dash further, or like your dash distance is reduced by 25%. That's quite a massive nerf. The speed buff went from 30 to 35, I guess, to sort of combo that. I don't think that's really reasonable, but hey. Helix Cannon cooldown got nerfed. I was waiting for that because cooldown of 5 seconds was definitely too strong, especially with the ultimate version, but there we go. So, Sleeve Tangler increased the damage. His grab damage got buffed quite a bit. So the second and third hit, if you enhance grab with the Golden Gate, got buffed by 20%. So total, if you do the third hit on your Golden Gate grab, or if you ever get to pull that off, your damage will be increased by 40%, or of the skill, not total. And ultimate level increases that to 27%. I think that's pretty good. Honestly, the biggest problem with that really is we still don't have any means to reliably test this or learn this, so not much we can do. Adjusted the second and third hit ultimate to no longer allow you to perform another skill immediately after. This one is not exactly working right now, because sometimes you can squeeze a Helix in, sometimes you cannot, so it's different. It really is. Thunderbreaker got adjusted, so the cooldown got clapped quite hard, damage got reduced. This one's the biggest one that annoys me the most. The knockdown on the first hit got reduced to 0.9 seconds. Like, this is almost a 50% decrease. Boy, they really... Why do they even implement different stages of moves if they don't want us to use these different stages? Because right now, using Thunderbreaker, there's not a whole lot you can do afterwards. Before that, the knockdown was fairly long. But the way it is right now, you're pretty much better off doing the second hit again. Reduced attack range of the second and third hit by 25%, so you gotta aim a little bit more precisely. I'm not sure what the second hit has really in that, but the third hit definitely got nerfed. And yeah, honestly, oh yeah, I forgot one thing. But I'll get a stamina recovery back, so I guess they kinda understood that clapping his stamina is a little bit too hard of a nerf. Honestly, I have yet to play like with my head on my shoulders, like a truthful game to Badal to see how he plays right now. I still think he got nerfed again, and right now it seems the buff, the grab may be the thing to go. But we have yet to test it and get it done consistently. Anyways, this is all. There is also some Venser changes and some other tweaks, but these are the most important things. Thank you everybody for being in this weekly. As I said, I'm going to be streaming later on Monday evening, so be free to come to my Twitch channel if you want to see me live. And that is all for today's weekly. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time.